Welcome to Sports Talk 2319. I am your host, Rashad Phillips, and today I'm excited to talk about NBA free agency, Summer League, and you know I'm going to talk about prospects for you. Let's go! The Los Angeles Lakers, I'm so excited that you guys have landed the best player in the world, LeBron James. I'm going to talk about a few things here. Obviously, the basketball portion of LeBron James arriving there and how he affects that young nucleus. Will he help those young guys? Will he stunt their growth? And we're going to talk about the economic value that LeBron James brings to the state of California. Is it bad news or good news that he just left the East? I think it's good news. Now we'll be able to crown a new Eastern Conference champion finally on that side. But it may be bad news for the Western Conference because I believe that one of those teams will get pushed out of the playoffs. Let's go behind the scenes and I'm going to tell you why LeBron James' economic value will go through the roof for the Lakers. What LeBron James and his camp has done is brilliantly calculated a retirement plan for him in California. His economic value is going to shoot through the roof, not only for himself, but the people that's around. That's meaning the community, the real estate, the organization itself. LeBron James is an economic force. And what he has done for the state of Ohio with his presence, he will bring that over to California tenfold, with creating job opportunities for more people. The real estate is going to go up, is going to shoot through the roof, the ticket sales, the apparel, what have you. This is what LeBron James brings just with his presence alone. And I think it's fantastic for the California area. Let's talk about his TV deals. He has the Spring Hill Entertainment. He has that. He has the digital platform Uninterrupted. He's in talks with Warner Brothers with Space Jam 2. So LeBron has a ton of things that he wants to do after basketball, but he can start them right away by being physically present in California. So LeBron James will be bringing that and more to the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's get to the fun stuff, the basketball. How does LeBron James implement his style into that young Lakers unit? Obviously, they got Rajon Rondo. They re-signed Caldwell Pope, but they got a phenomenal rookie in Mo Wagner, who I think is going to be tremendous with LeBron James and the way he plays. But the person that I think hurt the most when LeBron James decided to go to the Lakers was Lonzo Ball. I even tweeted out that Lonzo Ball's value went down expeditiously when LeBron James showed up at the doorstep. And I've heard rumors of Lonzo's camp leaking injuries so he wouldn't be in the trade talks. We've heard all those type of things. But from a basketball standpoint, this is why I said Lonzo Ball's value dropped when LeBron James arrives, is because Lonzo is not a standstill catch and shoot player. I believe that Zoe needs the ball in his hands. He's great in transition. He likes to dictate pace and a lot of those things that LeBron James just does better. And to me, he's going to turn into more of a defensive stopper, a guy that's going to have to really make an adjustment to fit in with LeBron James. So that's still left to be talked about. But Kyle Kuzma is going to be fantastic with LeBron. Kyle can play so many different ways. He's great on defense. He can stand and shoot. And when you're playing with LeBron James, you're going to have to stand and watch. And Kyle Kuzma is going to be tremendous at that. Mo Wagner is going to be great at that. So I'm going to take you to the film and show you sometimes playing with LeBron James, it can be a bit difficult if you're not a catch and shoot player. So I'm gonna run some film on you and show you how the new Lakers look, and hopefully those guys will be able to adjust on the fly and quickly. Let's go to the film. Here against the Celtics, LeBron is being guarded by Jaylen Brown. High ball screen, LeBron creates a switch. Tristan is a non-factor, we all know that. Boston is sort of zoned up. But look how all of his teammates are standing and waiting to catch and shoot. LeBron is so terrific that he scores anyway. Even though LeBron scores here, everybody is standing and watching. Marcus Smart fights for position, but loses post-entry to LeBron. Now everybody's standing and watching the best player in the world score with ease. Is this healthy for the young core in LA? Will this stunt their growth? Will it become too much LeBron ISO ball that will keep the Lakers from winning? The Lakers, we want answers. There's been talk that LeBron James is willing to play off the ball a little bit going into his 16th season. If that holds true, then Lonzo Ball's value goes back up because now the ball will be in his hands and he'll be able to make plays. But we'll see as the season progresses if LeBron is willing to play off the ball as much as people are saying that he will. I just know that once you get stuck in your ways as a basketball player, it's hard to just jump out of that. And LeBron is used to controlling the tempo, dominating the ball, and he's been the best player in the world with that same style. So it's going to be hard to convince him to play off of the ball. But we'll see how it plays out, and if so, that will help Lonzo Ball get back on track and being the point guard that we all want him to be. So everybody's asking me, Rashad, why LA? Why the Lakers? Well, let me try to go into the mind of LeBron James for you from a player standpoint and tell you why he chose the Lakers. LeBron's true self, he knows the greatest players that are elevated even higher when they play for two organizations. That's either the Boston Celtics or the Los Angeles Lakers. If you're great in those specific uniforms, the world will dip you in gold. LeBron is smart enough to know that he wants his legacy dipped in gold. Winning a championship in a Laker uniform is more powerful than winning a championship anywhere else. Summer League is underway and we're all excited. We get to see our favorite prospects go on to their respective teams and try to earn playing time for the regular season. Let's stick with the Los Angeles Lakers. Mo Wagner has been tremendous thus far. He outplayed Marvin Bagley in their debuts, 23-7, and then he followed that up with a double-double the next game with 14-14 and 4 blocks or something like that. He was tremendous. But what really bothered me was I thought that the Atlanta Hawks made a huge mistake in not drafting Mo Wagner at 19. I thought he was the perfect person to pair with Trae Young because Mo Wagner knows how to play with scoring point guards, and Coach Beilein's style of offense in Michigan, his big men are trained to play facing the basket, picking and popping, and making jump shots. So I believe Atlanta should have took Mo Wagner, but the Lakers got a steal, and he's going to be tremendous for LeBron James. Let's move on to the Orlando Magic. Mo Bamba looked great defensively. He hedged out. He switched a couple times. He blocked a couple shots. But on the offensive end is what I really love. He was facing the basket, hit a couple jumpers, and they paired him with Jonathan Isaac, 2 7-footers. The Orlando Magic, they look promising. They're one mediocre guard away from winning 35 to 38 games. Let's talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Colin Sexton is as explosive as it gets in transition. His debut, 15 points, 7 assists, played really well. I love what I saw there. The Indiana Pacers, Aaron Holiday, if it wasn't for Mikal Bridges, Aaron Holiday will be the most ready pro to start from day one. His opening game, 23 points, 7 assists. He looked really well just in transition. His on-ball defense look really good too as well, and he's going to be very, very beneficial for Victor Oladipo, spelling some minutes and giving them some scoring punch from the back. Sacramento, Marvin Bagley has struggled a little bit, but I still like what I see. I don't like that Sacramento's trying to put him in the post, having him play with his back to the basket. Bagley is a guy that likes to face up, play off the bounce, and get his baskets that way. He struggled a couple times trying to get his positioning in the post, got a couple shot clock violations, but no worries there. Marvin Bagley still will be the guy that will get instant offense. And how about the San Antonio Spurs? Lonnie Walker struggled the first game, bounced back the second game. With Tony Parker's departure to the Charlotte Hornets, Lonnie Walker will be called upon for some extended minutes, and I'm excited to see this kid because he's fantastic in the open court. The New Orleans Pelicans. I told you guys, Tony Carr is the real deal. Yes, they drafted him at 51. He got a first-round grade from my standpoint. I watched him on film. He was fantastic. Two-way player. He can defend guys. He's the best post-up guard in the draft. He gives the Pelicans some sure there. Now that they've lost Rondo, they're going to be calling more on Tony Carr, and he looked really good and comfortable leading that offense his very first game in Summer League. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the Phoenix Suns. Yes, Mikal Bridges is the most pro-ready rookie in this draft class, and I have been saying this for about 2 to 3 months now. His debut game, he goes 4 for 5 from 3, 18 minutes coming off the bench, played fantastic defense. You can't leave this guy open. See, when I look at Mikal in the regular season, he's going to be the guy that's going to be on the floor because he stretches the floor, he can hit shots, he doesn't waste a lot of dribbles, and again, he comes from that Villanova tree. Coach Jay Wright coaches these kids up, gets these guys to the next level, and Mikal epitomizes that. These are the rookies that have really made an impression on me early on, but I'm excited to see the rest of them, so let's keep watching them. There's no way you guys are going to allow me to finish this episode without talking about Trae Young. Okay, well, let's talk about him. First couple games, the ball just didn't go in, but for me, watching the film, I tweeted not too long ago that he was fantastic in his pre-reads, his ability to get to spots on the floor. The shots just wasn't going in. And he looked great on defense. So I'm going to take you through the film and show you what I mean by pre-reading, because I've gotten tons of questions and inquiries about what do you mean with pre-read. So I'm going to walk you through that. But first, let's talk about what Trae needs to do. In college, he was a 2-level scorer, 3-pointer, layup guy. At the NBA level, he's going to have to become a 4-level scorer. I like to call that the 4LS. 3-pointer, mid-range, layups, and free throws. He has all the ability to do that. So I'm going to take you behind the film, and I'm going to show you Trae's pre-reads and explain to you what it really means to play inside the mind of a point guard. Pre-read. Let me give you my definition of that word. The ability to dissect a defense before the play actually happens, creating disadvantages, mismatches, and making the right play. Let's freeze this frame here, and I'm going to show you how Trae Young pre-reads this play. He's going to play a cat and mouse game with Jaren Jackson Jr., who has no idea that Trae's going to play him like a puppet and force him to double team him and get his teammate a wide open shot. Let's roll the film. Trae's going to set a back screen, get a handoff, knowing that Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to double him when he turns the corner, which plays right into Trae's hands because he creates a wide open look for his teammate. These are the type of plays that don't show up in the box score the next morning. As much brain power that took to process that entire play, it will never get the acknowledgement because there wasn't a conversion at the end of the pass. Here's a transition pre-read. Now these reads are more difficult because they're on the fly. So I'm going to take you in the mind of Trae right now and freeze this frame and break it down and tell you what's actually going through his mind. But I'm going to go slow. But in game situation, he has to make all these decisions in a split second. Let's go to freeze frame. This is a missed shot. Now you have a runner at the top of the screen, which is a possible 3-point shot if he continues to run. I have 2 trailers just in case I need a pullback. But my ace in the hole is my big that's running towards the basket. Trae's going to use him as a shield, find the gap to dart through, and force a helper for the drop-off dunk or the kick. Pick your poison. It's going to be a deliver and a dunk. This is a pre-read. Roll the film. Look at Trey pushing this ball, darts in the lane, gets in, forces a helper, deliver, dunk. Yum. Here's Trey in a stance lining up toe-to-toe with Javon Carter on an island and forces a turnover. Won't show up in the box score. Watch how Trey challenges Carter. They wrestle a little bit, which I love. Trey's in a good position here. They swing it. He closes out high side, then squares up, matches Carter step for step. Carter tries to bully him. Memphis loses the ball. Trey dives on the floor and gets the steal. When you're a point guard, your greatest asset is getting to spots on the floor. Trey has been able to go wherever he wants with the ball. Watch how quick he changes directions against a world-class defender and draws a foul. This is special ability. Memphis put a bigger defender on him, and Trey uses his speed and deception, drives him hard right, behind the back, plants and fires, ball drops. Trey still remains meritorious despite his tough shooting. Summer League is a chance for rookies to make mistakes, learn teammates, tendencies, and getting used to playing with all-around better players. Let's allow not just Trey, but all of the rookies to find their way. When I talk about Trey, I compare him to the Wizard of Oz movie. The Wizard of Oz is one of the greatest movies of all time. But the movie started a bit slow. Couldn't really figure out the plot. It was in black and white. And imagine if we would have turned the movie off before it got started. Dorothy crashed the house, the movie went to color, and the rest is history. Sit back and enjoy the movie.